This Saturday, 10 p.m., headlining. A woman that Dana White said would never fight in the UFC. Ronda Rousey is headlining tonight. I mean, this is unbelievable. Not only this, White, unbelievable here what I'm reading. You called her the biggest star in UFC history?
Yeah, I did.
He sounds apologetic.
Well, he should. He should sound defeated because he's never been this kind of wrong before. You said she would never fight in your sport, and now she's the biggest star in UFC history. Why?
Well, if you look at it, this is her third fight. And as far as monetarily and popularity, she's the biggest fighter we've ever had, just going 3 fights. Financially, even bigger than Brock Lesnar. She brings in more money than Brock did, and if you look at what she's done outside the octagon, she did the Expendables, Fast and Furious 7. They signed her up for 8 too. She's the lead female role in the Entourage movie coming out now, and Warner Brothers just bought a book for her that they're going to turn into a screenplay where she's going to be, like a Jason Bourne type character.
Give me something else.
All with just 2 fights in the UFC.
Give me something else in your life ever that you've been this wrong about. Ever.
Wrong as far as not bringing women in?
Just as wrong as you were about this. You said she'd never fight in your sport. Now she's the biggest star.
I didn't say she would never fight in my sport. I said women wouldn't.
So
I said women wouldn't fight in the UFC. I didn't say her specifically.
What's your theory on her being the biggest draw you have right now?
Well, some people have that it factor and some people don't have it. She has it. I mean, the girl is a legit superstar, not to mention the fact that she crosses over and gets media that other fighters in the UFC have never been able to get.
You got it this Saturday. She's the headliner against McMahon, Mandalay Bay Event Center in Las Vegas. If you want tickets, they're available, Ticketmaster.com and MGMGrand.com. I can't believe I'm starting questions with questions about 2 females, but you're feuding with Cyborg too? You're feuding. What happened here? You're feuding. You accused her of not fighting clean, and now she's mad at you?
No, I'm not accusing her of anything. It's a fact. She tested for PEDs and was suspended. I was on with another radio guy who said, Tito Ortiz said that she's a beautiful person and that she shouldn't be getting attacked. I didn't attack her in any way, shape, or form. I stated facts. Everything that I said were facts. And, there was no attacking her. I don't know Cyborg. We've met a couple times. She seems very nice, and I got no problem with her. But the fact is, she took PEDs. She got busted, and she said the other thing too. They're talking about her fighting Ronda. Her and Tito got a doctor, and the doctor said that if she cuts to 135, she will die. You got to understand, it's bigger than just, I said this and I said some mean things about it. Her career was handled very poorly.
Well, you did say, am I quoting you incorrectly, she's done so many drugs, her head is this big? I think that's where the attack comes from.
I did say that.
Yeah.
That again is another fact.
That's not quite a fact. Like,
have you seen her head?
I'm going to check that out. How big is
it? Dana White with us again. UFC 170 is this weekend. Rousey versus McMahon. Another group of people that you're.
So you tell me somebody just saw the picture of her. Does that look like a clean fighter?
No, to be honest. With you.
Okay, all right, but that feels like an attack. That doesn't feel like facts.
No, they were facts. They were facts.
All right. Here's a fact. Is it true that Gracie's or Cesar Gracie is warning you here that his entire team is going to leave the UFC for Bellator? This is going to make Dana White's head explode.
No, not at all. I have no idea. I don't even think Cesar Gracie makes those decisions anymore. Cesar Gracie's their coach, and they have different managers and lawyers. They're not even all managed by the same guy. Cesar Gracie likes people to talk about him.
So it's not a real threat, or you don't? Is Bellator a real threat in any way?
I don't know. Do I sound concerned? Do I sound like I'm upset or worried?
No. But
the answer is no, because I'm not.
Yeah, because you never are, though.
True.
I mean, when do you worry about competitors? You've said for a long time that anybody who comes to challenge you, you will crush them with both fists.
Yeah, those guys are zeros anyway. They couldn't build a star to save their life.
See, there you go. That's what I was looking for, Dana. You know, I was going to poke you until I got that. Those guys are
there you
zero.
go. I'll keep them coming for you. What else you got?
Okay. Who is the next unknown star in your business? Who's somebody flying under the radar right now that Dana White has said this guy's going to be the next star?
Well, I wouldn't say that they're flying under the radar. If you're an MMA fan, you know who they are. But I think Anthony Pettis, who's our champion, is going to be a big star once his kid gets healthy and consistently fights. I think that Eric Silva, who just fought last weekend, has all the potential in the world to be a huge star for us, and many other guys. I think Chad Mendez has the ability to be a big star. John Jones, his next fight, when's he fighting? Yeah, John Jones is fighting Glover Teixeira in Baltimore. That event went on sale, sold out, and that should be a fun fight. Dana White, again, UFC 170, Rousey versus McMahon. It's live on pay-per-view. It's 10 p.m. this Saturday. It's Mandalay Bay Event Center in Las Vegas. Limited tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and MGMGrand.com. Can you explain to me what you're doing with this WWE network? It sounds like an interesting business model. WWE network? Yes, sir. What I'm doing with it? What do you mean? Yes, what you're doing. Come on, Dana. Quit fooling around. Come on, what you're doing. The whole business model like that you guys have been talking about. WWE? What do you? No, I don't know what you're doing. What is the WWE model? The wrestling network. Yeah. The wrestling network. The subscription service model? Yeah. Oh, on that you can buy the stuff through the computer? Yes. So what are you calling it WWE? We launched that first. You love to aggravate, don't you? First of all, we launched that first, okay?
But WWE is doing it now.
Yeah, so are we. Okay, all right. Moving on. Explain the model. Seems moving on. Don't ask me a question that isn't stupid. It seems like a great model. It seems like a great plan. Explain the subscription service to us. Yeah, you have access to the entire UFC library for $10 a month. Plus, we're doing live fights from England and China and other parts of the world that we don't have television deals for. You can watch them. You can watch them through this service. Thiago Silva, what happened with him? He had the police come over to his house and take him to jail. I actually am really not up to speed on this thing right now. I don't know how it's going. Last I knew, he was still in jail, but I honestly don't know. Do you have any issues, Dana? Do you ever have any issues managing the egos in your sport? Like, how do you manage that? Yeah, I mean, we have not only egos, we have 475 guys on the contract with, egos and their own type personalities and their own problems. And, there's stuff that we deal with every day. Literally every day. Who would you point to and say, this is the craziest fighter in my business? Because you got to be kind of off to do what those guys do for a living. You almost have to be to make a living this way. Yeah, but you know what? The reality is, if you look at our guys, there's more normal guys fighting in the UFC. They're totally normal guys. Families, jobs, most of them went to college. They grew up in good homes. That's how they got into martial arts, because it's not cheap, to get your kids into martial arts. A lot of these guys are normal, well-adjusted guys, but we do, you end up with a few nuts too, Well, who would you point to, though, and say that guy is the craziest we've had? Well, so far, I guess Thiago would have to take take the ribbon for that one. After what went down with him last week, and there's two sides to every story, in this thing, and but here's the fact that the police came in, pulled him out of his home, and took him to jail. So how does that information? Wait, let me tell you, when the SWAT team shows up at your house, that's never a good sign. Okay, that's always bad. It's not like he got pulled over for a traffic violation and was arrested. The SWAT team showed up to his house. And the moment that happened, that finished his UFC career. Correct? The moment that the SWAT team shows up on his lawn. Definitely. Yeah, when the SWAT team shows up at your house, positive things aren't about to happen. UFC 170, Rousey versus McMahon, live on pay-per-view, 10 p.m. this Saturday, Mandalay Bay Event Center. If you want tickets, they're available, Ticketmaster.com, MGMGrand.com. Have you talked to Justin Bieber?
Have you talked to him at all?
I have not.
What happened? You got a good friend there, and he's in a time of need. Wouldn't you reach out to him since you're such close friends and stuff?
I think he's got enough people reaching out to him right now. I'm sure he doesn't need me.
You know what? I want to call you on this SWAT team comment because I think that Rampage kept fighting in your sport long after a long police chase. Am I not right about that? Didn't Rampage keep fighting?
No, it wasn't a police chase. They pulled him over and arrested him. They pulled him over and arrested him for a traffic. He had hit knocked the mirror off another car, and
okay,
yeah,
so not a SWAT team. So not a SWAT team. Not the same thing. Not quite the same.
Yeah, SWAT team didn't show up at his house, and allegations of him, possibly being in a some type of fight with his wife, whether it was physical or whether he had a gun and things like that. I don't think that one needs any explaining.
I feel like we failed at bothering you this time, or bothering you as much as I would have liked.
Yeah, no, I know you like to aggravate me. You don't ever aggravate me, except when you leave me on the phone for 37 minutes waiting for all your commercials to run.
I feel like you want to fight LeBatard. Is that fair?
No, I love LeBatard.
Can you tell us a little more about this WWE network before you go real quick?
Promote it, Dana. Promote it.
You know what's funny is I didn't know that you were trying to aggravate me by calling it the WWE network at first. I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
Yeah, that didn't make for clunky radio at all. No,
not at all.
We asked the question 4 different times. See you later, Dana. Always good catching up with you.
You too, buddy.